Hi everyone, it is still January. It's the second week in January, of course, and I got a chance to go see another movie with my good friend Jamie. She was here with me last week for the first major release of the year, and now we have the second major release of the year, which is called We Apologize for 2012's Taken 2. And here is Taken 3, everyone.
Yay!
I admit, I was kind of excited to see this movie. I like Liam Neeson playing this kind of older, badass kind of guy where he's taking the law in his own hands. It really worked in Taken 1. I thought that was a lot of fun. And of course, he's done it a few times after with other films like that movie that came out last year, Non-Stop, which was fun. I enjoyed that one. But I wasn't a huge fan. I didn't hate the movie Taken 2 at all. But I was not a huge fan of that movie. And I think because of the reception that film got, because I think at one time Liam Neeson said, we're not going to make any more Taken movies after this one. But with the bad reception that Taken 2 got, I don't know if it made money. It probably made lots of money on the name alone. But from the bad reception that movie got, we actually got now, of course it's official, came out, the second official movie release of the weekend, Taken 3. Yay! Okay. So I'm not going to really go much into the plot of this movie. Just know that you've seen the plot is kind of in the trailer. You see that he still has a friendship with his ex-wife, played by Famke Janssen, and he loves his daughter. You know, the daughter they have together, played by Maggie Grace. And we got some new additions to the movie. Forest Whitaker plays a cop because he's now getting chased because he's framed for the death of his wife. It's all in the trailer, not spoiling anything, and he's on the run. And I think this is the first time these movies are taking place mainly in America. The whole movie takes place mainly in America. So he's on the run to clear his name, save his daughter, because there's some crazy plot that's going on in this movie. And before I share my feelings about the film, we did see it at a sold-out screening because, you know, it's the first showing of the year for the film. So, what did you think about the movie, Jamie?
I loved it.
Why, Jamie? Honestly, why?
Honestly, I thought it was exciting. I didn't think it was as predictable. I was genuinely shocked during some scenes, during the twists and turns. I don't want to spoil anything, but there were some things where I was like, oh man, I can't believe that happened. I love Liam Neeson. I think he's a great actor, and I like him in these types of films. I liked it. I don't know, maybe I'm easily entertained. According to Chad, I am.
This movie, from the get-go, felt really wrong to me. I'm trying to be as nice as possible and respectful as possible to you who enjoyed it. And it's fine with anybody enjoying something I did not. You know, you're a good friend, I know you for years, and you'll continue to be a great friend, even though you were completely wrong with your analysis of the movie. But that's okay. No, it's okay. No, I'm glad you have your opinion, you're sticking to it. I'm proud of that. You know, Liam Neeson, he's good at playing these roles before, and he's talented, and I love Liam Neeson. I would like to see him take on more dramatic roles, go back to doing stuff like he did in the 90s with movies like Schindler's List. He is getting older, and I don't know how many more times he can actually do this thing, because he should seriously stop after this. They should have stopped after the first successful film, which was a lot of fun. It was a good little premise. It was kind of stupid, but it just had some really great lines and some action from Liam Neeson. But I think we're dealing with the same director that directed the last movie, I think. Megaton. His weird name. He's got Oliver E. Megaton. What a weird name he's got. He has to be one of the worst filmmakers ever. I haven't seen a single film that he's made that I've actually liked. But, you know, going in, I know it's January, you know, big F you, it's January. It's got to be one of the worst months in the history of movie making. Well, they bring out all their crap. There was stuff that didn't sell, or they don't think it would make a lot of money anywhere else during the year. So I understand that. I knew that going in, but I was hoping, okay, it's Liam Neeson. I like this character, even though I did not like the second movie. I like this character. Hopefully they'll have some fun action. And when it got to the action, it seriously almost gave me a seizure with its seizure-inducing editing. You don't really get a chance to really focus on anything until, you know, you try and focus on something, and then suddenly the scene just changes from the car to him running to the gun to the outside to this, and it's just really fast cuts, and I could not follow along what was happening, even for a simple, predictable, annoying, painfully dull, boring story like this. So, I cannot recommend this film. It is, the year has just got started, and this is the worst film I've seen in 2015. I really hope that this is the last movie, but it's January. It can make lots of money, and they can make 4. It says it ends here, but do you think it's going to end?
No, and I hope they come back with a sequel to
No
it.
more, please. No more. Liam Neeson,
I do.
you're such a great actor, and you're really good at this stuff, but you're getting older. We're all getting older. You're getting older. I'm getting older. And so, everybody's getting older. No more, please. I just say, please, no more of these kind of movies. Please, Liam Neeson. Or at least, work with different directors. And I like the writers to this movie. They've made some other fun films. They've actually written all these movies. I like Luc Besson. I think he's a talented, crazy, talented filmmaker. But this is done. And if it says it ends here, please, I pray to the movie gods above, please let it end. And let's move on and have Liam Neeson do something else. I would like to see him again do stuff that he was more famous for in the 90s. You know, it's kind of sad that we have 3 Taken movies starring Liam Neeson, but we only have 1 Darkman movie starring Liam Neeson. When the sequels are made, he stepped away. I wish he would have stepped away from these Taken movies and made another I would love to see another Darkman movie. I know it's been over 20 years since the last Darkman movie starring Liam Neeson, but I would love to see that instead of Taken 4. So hopefully there will be no more Taken 4. Anything else you want to say before we close out?
Go see the movie.
Yeah, well, always form your own opinion.
Other people's opinions.
Form your own opinion. You know, take hers in hand, take mine in hand, and also form your own opinion. But again, if you're a fan of this series, I think you'll be sorely disappointed by this film. Forrest Whitaker can't even save this movie. He's playing the same kind of character he did in The Last Stand from a few years back. January movie I actually enjoyed. But, you know, the script is terrible, the acting is awful, and it's so predictable. But I am done talking about this movie. Close it out with your last feelings about the film, Jamie, my friend.
I thought the action was good. I think it was a good Taken 3. I think it was good. I enjoyed the first one. I enjoyed the second one. I enjoyed the action scenes. I don't know. Go see
I'm
it.
having an anxiety attack just listening to you right now. Okay, what would you rate it out of 4 stars? Or 5 stars? Or 10,000 stars? What do you want to give it?
Out of
4 stars.
4 stars.
Yeah.
I would definitely give it a 3.
Give it a 3 out of 4. Mm-hmm. And for me, I would give this 1 out of 4 stars. It is the worst movie of the year, and the year just got started. So
you gave it more stars than that other lady in the water.
No, I know. We saw The Women in Black. That actually felt like a movie. You actually could follow along, even though it wasn't really exciting to follow. At least you could follow. With this one, I really wanted it over after 30 minutes. I gave it 30 minutes, and I was like done after that. It was just sad to watch Liam Neeson walk around. He's getting old, but he doesn't seem like he's old. He's good at still being the action star. He just needs a better director to shoot the action, because it's seizure inducing. I was literally going to have an anxiety attack watching the action. I couldn't get into it, and I was just like, stop already, please calm down, let's see something, have at least one shot happen around, move the camera around. You know what you should do, Oliver Megatron Transformer guy? Watch the Raid 2 and the Raid 1, and you can learn something from those 2 films. All right, everyone, this is my good friend Jamie. Again, it was still fun to watch you get excited about the movie and watch you just enjoy it. And I actually enjoyed watching you enjoy it, because I was not enjoying it at all, and I don't think the audience was either. At least maybe 10% was enjoying the film tonight. Anyways, I am Movie Man Chad. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe to my channel. I'm also on Twitter and on Facebook. And please go to WeLiveFilm.com and subscribe right here on YouTube to We Live Film. Also go to Long Beach Acting and Film Association right here on Facebook and Twitter. Please also go to MoviePile.com. And if you enjoyed this review, please click right here, subscribe to my channel. I'd really appreciate it. In the meantime, have a great day, a wonderful night, a wonderful life. And if you like Jamie and you like to see her come back, because we might go see another movie next weekend. You're looking forward to Paddington, right?
Love that little
So maybe
bear.
Paddington, I'm looking forward to that as well. I'm hoping it's a good, honest, stays true to the subject matter kind of movie. So, family flick. We need some of those. All right, everyone. Peace be with you, my friends. Bye.